Hello everyone and welcome. This is Adam from Startup Network Europe. I am in Amsterdam right now because we're doing a conference here tomorrow. So thanks very much for joining us. And I'm joined here today with Freshworks, with Abhinav and Sumitra. And today we're just going to talk a bit about Freshworks, but also about sales efficiency in general and how to really boost sales in your startup. So Sumitra or Abhinav, will I start with one of you and we can just do a quick intro?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Abhinav Krishnamoorthy from Freshworks, and I'm a lead product marketer for Fresh Sales and Fresh Marketer. And I've been with Freshworks for 3 years now, and it's been a wonderful journey for me. And I'm going to talk. I'll be the one talking to you about, like how you can use some of the products that we have to scale seamlessly and improve your sales efficiency and productivity.
Wonderful. Thanks, Adam. First of all, thanks for having us here and arranging this entire show. Always been a big fan of Startup Network Europe and the kind of things you do. Folks, so I'm Soumitra. I head Freshworks for Startups Initiative. I'm based out of London. And we are excited to have you here. We would probably start with a quick 2 to 3 minutes of introduction, and then Abhinav will deep dive into the sales efficiencies part.
Yeah, so a quick question. Freshworks is originally from India. Freshworks was a startup, is a startup, and now it has gone public. It's become very big. Maybe you can give some background on that.
For sure, yeah. I was actually planning to do that in maybe like 1 or 2 slides, but yeah, I can cover up that, Adam. And so look, Freshworks, of course, started as any startup starts. We started as a 6-member team in southern part of India in this city called Chennai. From there on, we got our first $1 million check from Axel. We started as a single product company named Fresh Desk. And from there on, we got validation, we got success, and then it was just repeating that across 8 of the products that we have. So overall, it's been a 10 to 11 years of run for us. Historically, we have raised venture money from the likes of Axel, Sequoia, Google Capital, and Tiger. We raised in tunes of $400 million before we went public. That was last year, September. And then, we broadly have 8 products, like I said, in customer experience and employee experience space, right from sales, marketing, customer support, and then a little bit of ITSM, HRMS, and so on. But yeah, it's been quite an interesting journey from being a very startup mentality to now looking at so many processes and how does a public company operate. It's quite a ride. For me, it's been 6 years with the company, and I can vouch that the core, the soul is still, we are hustling, we are still a startup at principle. And then what we do with startups is also kind of relates through that, and we want to pay it forward and kind of build through that program. I hope that answers, Adam. Yeah.
It does, and I'm sure your slides will do an even better job. So folks, today the plan is we'll have presentations for 20-25 minutes talking about Freshworks, but also sales efficiency in general. I'm going to edit that out, and then at the end we can take your Q&A and basically talk about your questions that you have. For example, sales, should I contact people with WhatsApp, or is phone the best way to contact people? What softwares can be used to really up sales? So I think we can do that. But yeah, let's go ahead with the presentation, guys. I'll turn off my video and leave you to it.
Thank you so much, Adam. Wonderful. All right, folks, thanks for joining in. So this is how it's gonna flow. I'll share my screen and run you through stuff in 2 to 3 minutes, and then man of the hour Abhinav is gonna go deep into the topic around sales efficiencies and how you as a startup can really look at that. So Abhinav, if you can just confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen. Yes.
All right. So today, the topic that we are going to cover is how do you improve sales efficiency as a growing startup? Look, I think as a startup, I mean, irrespective of, let's say you are at an extremely early stage, you are just getting started, or you have raised your first check, or that first angel round, some friends and family, or a seed round, or even let's say you are at a Series A and somewhere around that. Look, always the core pillar that really matters for a company is, do you have an effective model to acquire customers, right? And is that really efficient in terms of the cost of acquiring customers? Is that really lower than the lifetime value that customer is actually giving you, right? So having a very efficient sales model and a funnel in place, without too much banking on adding more on the sales force and more of a your sales team, if you will, is really the crux of how can you really win on that. So that's what we are going to focus on today. But starting with quick introduction about the company, Freshworks. Freshworks is a B2B SaaS product company. Like I said, we started way back in 2010, and it's been a a good decade of run for us. 6 members to almost 5,000 members and employees across 15, 16 offices now. Raised venture money, and now we are upwards of somewhere close to 400 million in terms of our ARR. And yeah, we recently got publicly listed, and a very proud moment for us as a company which started small. And I guess one of the very if not only, but one of the only companies that started as a product company and then went public from India. So that's why it was a extremely important moment for us. So yeah, we work with customers across segments and sizes, different, like specifically from European perspective, we work with Deliveroo, Klarna, Get Your Guide, Checkout.com, and tons of other scaling and early stage and promising companies out there. This is what we do, folks. We broadly play under 2 domains. One is customer solutions, and second is employee solutions. Like I said, there are products around sales, marketing, and customer support. We have a CRM, marketing automation, a messaging software, a contact software, and so on and so forth. Quickly talking about the program, why we are here. This program is essentially our initiative to give it back and pay it forward to the founder community. It's a founder first program where we want them to scale fast and smart by doing 3 things. Number 1 is access to products. We give up to $10,000 credits across the Freshworks suite, along with white glove onboarding. Second is mentorship and resources. We open up our leaders, content, resources, such webinars, and multiple other formats. And final piece is access to ecosystem, where we do a lot of founder VC connects and creating opportunities for founders to work with us. In fact, on 4th of October, we have our next edition of EU UK VC Connect that's happening. We already have 30 plus funds joining us. So if you are looking to fundraise, feel free to reach out, and we are happy to get you on board. So yeah, that's us. This program is driven through partners, and there are close to 900 partners we work with, including all the top VCs, accelerators, and others. And yeah, similar formats that we drive in terms of picking up a topic or a particular theme and kind of going deep on that. So if you have any specific requests or you want to understand more about any particular aspect, please feel free to reach out. All right, that's it from me. So now over to Abhinav. Abhinav has been with Freshworks for a little more than 5 years, 5 years now. And then he's been one of the guys who's been instrumental in driving the product marketing efforts for Freshworks. And he's been high performing sales, and he's been building high performing sales and marketing teams. He was also awarded the Young Leader Award by Wipro Technologies, where he joined us from that. And then over to you, Abhinav. We would love
Thank
to
you.
understand from you.
Thank you so much. So I'll just share my screen just a second. Samantha, if you can just stop sharing. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And here we go. Can you just let me know if you can see my screen?
Yes, all of that.
Okay, perfect. So I think one of the things that I want to actually talk about today is, like sales efficiency, productivity. So I made this concept called a fresh approach to what has happened post the pandemic world, which is the digital forward SMBs. So for a few of them who joined a little bit after I introduced myself, I'm Abhinav Krishnamoorthy from Freshworks. I'm a lead product marketer for Fresh Sales and Fresh Marketer, which is our sales automation and marketing automation tool. First of all, I want to thank all of you for joining the session today. And I will be talking to you about two important themes in the startup ecosystem. We can call it productivity or efficiency. And the most important thing is also the customer experience side. So let's dive into it. So the post-pandemic world has changed the way businesses operate. Digitization has taken over, and many businesses want a solution that accelerates productivity and delivers a superior customer experience. So we did, read through some of those reports, and we found some very interesting trends, and that kind of helped us understand where we are at the market today. And some of those trends are something that I wanted to highlight today. So first of all, like from 2020, the pandemic has actually accelerated the digital transformation. And a lot of small and even big businesses and even enterprises today are looking for digital solutions to manage customer journeys and how they're interacting with the customer on a day-to-day basis. So I want to showcase some important stats to you. So one is a lot of SMB leaders today want a solution and a technological solution that drives their customer interaction and also helps them grow their customer base. And if you look at those numbers, they're more than about like 50%. And more than 7 in 10 SMB leaders believe that they want only one application to run their day-to-day functions like sales, marketing, and support. So these are very, very interesting stats, and I'll tell you why. And what it follows is a lot of SMB leaders from the stat that I showed you before is like they want consolidation and technology. And why I'm saying this is very important. Now, if you look at a lot of CRMs today in the market, a lot of CRMs, like let's say Salesforce, for example, so they have a marketing, cloud, they have a sales cloud, they have a service cloud. So they're all different products stacked on top of each other. So the consolidation there happens through, let's take a CDP or what they released recently called a Genie, and that's how the whole consolidation happens. But again, the data does not flow seamlessly like a holistic consolidated tool. And the other example for consolidation of a tool is Apple. If you look at Apple, their phone, inside that phone, they have like iTunes or like even your, any app for reading and everything is inside the phone. So you don't have to actually integrate with multiple apps to actually run your phone. So that's where the consolidation happens. And here in technological terms, leaders are looking for a solution that can consolidate their sales, marketing, and support function. And as you know, that post the pandemic, more than 88% of consumers and companies, they actually want to accelerate their digital initiatives. And this has directly impacted in the result of CRM being adopted more. And that has increased 24% from 2020 and should be more at this point of time. So what these slides give us is like a fair idea of where the market is moving in terms of tech adoption and CRM adoption. So here, and let's park that conversation there. And here is where I want to introduce to you two characters. So first, let's meet like Clara and Kevin. So Clara is the CEO of Eloquent and a grooming brand that sells soaps, shampoos, and deodorants. And she's currently using spreadsheets to manage her day-to-day functions. And she's also looking for a digital transformation in the way that she operates her business. And the second character that I want to introduce you to is Kevin Rose. Kevin is VP of Sales Electron, and his company size is about more than 100. And he's been using a CRM, but he wants to shift from the CRM because he's not very happy. And what his company does is they manufacture electric cycles. So we have like two distinct personas here who are doing two different things. And their expectations from what they actually want from a solution is different. But at the core of it, what they're looking for is a digital transformation. So let's deep dive into actually what digital transformation means for somebody like Clara. So what Clara wants is a solution that helps her generate more leads and engage them through different channels. So she wants to obviously, use phones, she wants to use emails, she wants to use social media, she wants to use like web forms. So there are multiple ways in which you can get the lead into your system. And she wants to make sure that all those leads are in one system and not like, she has to manually enter in a spreadsheet. And what she also wants to do is she wants to make sure that every lead that is coming into a system, she wants to engage with them through like different channels like email, chat, and like SMS or whatever it is. And that is where the second point comes in, because a lot of lead is coming in. What she wants to do is she wants to manage all the contact information in one place. any solution that you want today needs to be easy to learn. Like how the way that we are using phones today, the way that we are learning phones today, nobody comes and tells us that this is the functionality, this is how you should actually use the camera. You're doing it by yourself. So that's how a solution should be, because when you're operating it on a day-to-day basis for your business, you need a solution that is going to be easy to use, because that has direct impact on productivity. The fourth point that she wants to obviously achieve is she wants to automate manual processes. So on a day-to-day, you have like multiple things you have to do manually as a salesperson. But if you have something to automate those processes, it makes your life better. And that's what she's looking for. And finally, she wants a solution that is going to streamline her entire sales process, give her complete visibility into, what she's doing on a day-to-day basis, what her team is doing on a day-to-day basis with respect to, deals and pipeline. And she also is into the grooming business. So what that does for her is she obviously wants to initiate marketing campaigns, because she wants to attract customers and nurture existing customers that she has. And all this, what at the core of it, she really wants a solution that can scale, because today she might have 35 people, and tomorrow she might have about like 150, 160 people, and everybody needs to get on board on the solution, and the solution should be seamless in terms of scale. So that is what she's looking for in a digital transformation. And what Kevin wants is a digital solution, and the expectations are slightly different because he's used a CRM before. So there are certain common themes, but there are certain different themes as well. So one is obviously getting complete information on customers and getting complete context into lead to customer journey. From the day that they come in as a lead till the day that they convert as a customer, you need to have complete context. Like, what are the different conversations that I'm having? And with that, what you can do is obviously you can contextually engage with them. And also the engagement should be through multiple channels. And the most important thing for any VP of sales is obviously managing pipeline and forecasting sales revenues. And finally, generating customized quotations and making sure that, there is a reduce in time for quotes getting approval and processes and, send it out to the customers. And that also kind of like gets into my other point, where he really wants to accelerate sales cycle, because that is going to decrease, cycle time. And that means that you're increasing your revenue, and that has a direct impact on productivity. So if you look at both of their problems, there are some common problems. So one is obviously ineffective lead generation. So they are not able to manage leads. They are not able to generate leads. So there are two things to it. So they're not able to do that. And they're missing context because they are not able to talk to their customers with complete context. Second is like sales processes are pretty inefficient. So they don't have anything to actually look at and understand what's happening on a deal to deal basis, whether the deal is actually rotten, whether it's if somebody's actually done something about the deal. So they don't have anything because they're using two different technologies, like I told you, and there is no complete context on that. And they don't have end-to-end visibility. Like from the day that the lead comes into your system till the day whether they convert into a customer or they actually go out of your system, what is the context you have? What are the activities that you've done? What is the conversation that you've had with that person? So you don't have complete context. And finally, because of that, they are not able to kind of give proper customer experience. So that means that, there's a lot of churn, customers are dropping here and there. So that's a major problem that they are facing. And last but not the most important thing is that a lot of expensive alternatives out there, and they're not able to choose the right one for them. So what do we do? So here is where Michael, a Fresh Sales Suite evangelist, actually met both Clara and Kevin. And I'm going to show you why it's the best fit for them, and why Michael also told that Fresh Sales Suite is the best fit for them. So before we actually get into explaining why it is the best fit for them, I want to tell you a little bit more about Fresh Sales Suite. Fresh Sales Suite is an all-in-one intelligent CRM. So it's powered by our native AI tool called Freddy, and it's built on a next generation customer engagement platform. So what I showed you in the first slide or the second slide, where I spoke to you about consolidation of technology and not having stack on stack, that's what Fresh Sales Suite actually does, because it breaks the internal silos between sales and marketing teams and helps sales and marketing teams deliver personalized experiences to customers. So what are some of the features that it has? Or it has the Salesforce automation, it has marketing automation, it has chat, telephony, and it has a beautiful and an intuitive UI, which helps you learn the tool very, very easily. And at the end of the day, with Fresh Sales Suite, you can attract leads, engage meaningfully with them with complete context, close deals faster because you have a lot of sales productivity tools in it. And finally, nurture lasting relationships because you have a lot of marketing tools in it as well. So this is what Fresh Sales Suite does. And when you connect it with the theme that I spoke to you about and how the market is going, you can see that, two areas that we are definitely concentrating on is one is accelerating sales productivity, and two is obviously giving the best customer experience. And why you need to choose Fresh Sales Suite is, like I said, it's one stack for sales and marketing. You don't need to buy multiple tools to run your marketing and sales team. You get complete context on the customer with every conversation, whatever the tickets that they have raised, whatever the emails that you have sent, everything is available in one screen. And you will see when I actually get deep into the problem of Clara and Kevin. And it's very easy to set up and it's very easy to use. And finally, it's very affordable and you can just start using it from day zero. So that is why you choose Fresh Sales Suite. So after they looked at Fresh Sales Suite and they kind of understood what it's going to do for them, which I will definitely explain it to you. So they felt that it's a perfect tool for them because it's improving productivity and customer experience. So I'm constantly talking about productivity and customer experience. So what are the different features inside Fresh Sales Suite that is there that helps you achieve this, the productivity and also helps you deliver good customer experience? So these are some of the things that I want to talk about. So this is just the gist of all the features. There's lot more features in Fresh Sales Suite, and I suggested you go take a look at the website and you'll find entire information on what the product actually does. So some of the important features that help you achieve productivity is we have multi-channel lead generation. So if you want to generate leads through social media, if you want to generate leads through sign-up forms, if you want to generate leads through phone, email, because there is a two-way email sync between your Gmail and our product. So you don't really need to worry about where your email is landing. Everything is available inside the CRM. So all those email leads also get converted as leads inside your CRM. And this way you can obviously have one tool to collate all your leads, and you don't have to have multiple tools. And what you can also do is automatic lead assignment. You can set up rules. You can set up for example, you want a specific lead in the US to be assigned to a specific salesperson. You can set up rules inside the CRM to actually assign it to the salesperson, because the volume of leads is also uniform, or in a way that everybody can actually go and talk to those leads. You don't have inconsistencies in terms of volume of leads across salespeople. So it's very, very important that the automatic lead assignment is available for a salesperson. The second thing is obviously managing your contacts. You should know the life cycle stage of your contact, whether it's an MQL or whether it's a sales qualified lead, whether it's a dump lead, or whether the lead is in the negotiation stage, or whatever it is. You need to have complete and holistic view of the contact, and that's what Fresh Sales Suite actually gives you with a 360-degree customer view. The 360-degree customer is very important because a lot of products actually promise you that. But what a lot of products do is it kind of confuses you, because you don't get to understand what is the sequential flow of conversations that you've had or the emails that you've sent. Rather, it just gives you bits and pieces of information about what you've done with the contact and all the other features on the different sides of the nav bar. But with Fresh Sales Suite, you get complete information and sequential flow of all the conversations that you've had, and also the emails that you've sent. What is the chat and what is the medium in which you have chatted with the customer, whether it's an SMS, whether it's an email. So everything is available in one screen, and you don't have to shift screen. And the best part is, from that screen, you can actually call the customer or a prospect. You can actually email them. You don't have to shift screens. So that's a very important feature that we have in our product. And obviously, I spoke to you about automating repeated tasks on a day-to-day basis. So we have workflows. So if you want to kind of run a workflow every day at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., you can actually do that in the product. And sales pipeline management, we have a visual sales pipeline. So you don't get a list view, but you get a visual Kanban card kind of a view, because you can define your pipeline stages. You can have multiple pipelines, whether it's inbound or outbound. You can define those stages and assign probabilities so that you can forecast your revenue at the end of, at the sales process. So, and finally, we also have, custom code generation inside the product. So these are all productivity tools. I'm giving you the gist of it. And, there are much more features available that helps you achieve the best productivity. And we also help with delivering best customer experience, because our chat campaigns are AI powered. So you can kind of run whatever kind of chat campaigns that you want with respect to your customer. You have multi-channel, omni-channel engagement. You can reach out to your customers through WhatsApp, SMS, phone, email. So multiple channels in which you can actually reach out to your customers. We have something called contact scoring, which is actually powered by our AI Freddy. What it does is, with different steps that customer or a prospect engages with you, the AI automatically tells you whether the contact is a product qualified lead or not. So that means you get to understand the customer fit, and you're not going to waste more time if the customer fit is not good. And what it does is, the customer fit is good, it also suggests the next best actions for you, and you can actually take those steps and make sure that you're delivering the best customer experience. And you can also segment customers based on where they're coming from, or like demography, or like whatever conditions that you want, whether they're interested in a specific product of yours, all of that. You can segment them and you can initiate marketing journey. And finally, our product also has the Freshdesk integration. Freshdesk again is a product. It's a native product by Freshworks, and we have that integration. So sales, marketing, support, everything is connected together. So that's why Freshsales Suite is a very, very a forward kind of a looking tool, and we've kind of like ahead of the curve in some of the things that is available in the market today, especially with productivity and customer experience. So why Clara chose Freshsales Suite? I'm going to kind of run you through some of the product screenshots and also kind of tell you why she chose Freshsales Suite, because I've already shown you like some of the problems that she had and why she wanted to choose. So obviously it's easy to use. The moment you enter the product, you find it very, very easy, because the left nav bar is completely defined. You kind of like have like different modules like contacts, accounts, deals, and if you want like marketing functions, sales functions, like reports and dashboards, and whatever setting you want. And you can see the caller and the chat icons on the left nav bar, and you can directly call your prospect right from the CRM. So it's very easy for somebody who's coming from, say, a spreadsheet and they're first time users of a CRM. Freshsales Suite is the way to go, because it gives like a very beautiful and intuitive UI for like first time user. And the second thing is, obviously she wanted to get leads through multiple channels, and Freshsales Suite actually allows you to do that, because you can get leads through phone, email, chat, and social channels. And you can also make sure that you can create landing pages. So we have a landing page builder inside the product as a feature, and you can create landing pages, and you can turn your website into a lead generation machine. And also anywhere the lead is coming from, everything is going to be stored in one solution. And you can also add leads manually to your CRM. So some of the important features that I've given are like email, phone, chat, web forms. And I'm stressing on that because a lot of times people struggle with lead generation. And I want to highlight that we have like multiple channels in which you can generate leads, and everything is going to be available in one solution. And the third thing is like you need to have complete customer context. And this is what I've talked to you about Customer 360. And if you look at the screen, like if you look at this contact, you kind of like get a sequential flow of what you've done, whether you've taken any notes, any task, any meetings, everything is kind of like given to you in tabs, and the conversations and activities are in a sequential flow. And I spoke to you about like any customer problems, any tickets the customer raise, everything is available in a single screen. And all the customer information, like their the social profiles, everything is linked to this, and the customer fit is also defined for you. And also you can directly call them or email them right from the screen without having to go to another screen. So the ease of use and also having complete customer context when you engage with them is something that we provide. And we have probably one of the most powerful activity timelines out there as a product. So that's what she wanted, and this is where Freshsales Suite solves for her. And you can manage all customer interactions in one place. So I wanted to show this to you because last screen was speaking to you about engaging with a contact, but storing all contact information, like what are the activities, what are some of the contact fields, any deal related information, tickets or files, and any insights the AI is actually going to give you. Everything is kind of like available in one place for you. So whatever, for example, let's say that you might have had that contact associated with two different deals, like two different products, but everything can be available in one place rather than storing it in two different places. So that is what I'm talking to you about, managing every interaction that you have with your customer in one place. And the next thing that I want to talk to you about is like performing sales operations. So this is very important, right? So as a salesperson, you need to know like what are the different stages in your pipeline. In each stage, what are the different deals that is available? So what is the information that I can get on the deal? If it's a list view, it's going to be very difficult because you need to kind of like manually read through each and every stage, or you need to export it to Excel and filter and see what are those stages. But at Freshsales Suite, you don't have to do that because everything is available in a single Kanban view, or we call it the visual sales pipeline. And all the deals are available in it. You can just click on it and you can see all the deal information. And what you can also do is, you can set up different sales sequences. So sales sequences are nothing but if you want to kind of send outbound sales emails, or you want to send sales promotional emails. So you can do it in two ways through Freshsales Suite, because sometimes what you want to do is you want to repeat an activity, a sequence every Monday, every Wednesday. You can do that also. But some of you will also think that, hey, I don't want to generate sequences based on time, but I wanted to generate sequences based on behavior. When the customer responds to this email, I will send out this email after like 2 days. So even those kind of behavior-based sequences is available in Freshsales Suite. So what it does for a salesperson is it completely helps you understand every aspect of the deal and interact with the customers with, like sales sequences. And you can also do something. For example, let's say that I want to create a sales activity, like I'm going to have lunch with a customer, and that activity is going to contribute to a certain level of this deal progressing forward a little bit. You can actually create a custom sales activity inside the product and add it as part of your deal. So customizations are also very, very high for a salesperson, because not every sale is the same. Every sale is different. You will have multiple activities. So we let you create custom sales activities, and you can add it to your deal, and you can follow them in a seamless manner with the visual sales pipeline. So this is a very important feature, because this is a win kind of a feature for sales productivity and also delivering good customer experience. Automate repetitive tasks. So for example, you want to kind of like, we have both and or conditions, and not a lot of products actually have that. So I just want to stress on that before I get on workflows. So let's say that you want to kind of like, like every time a contact kind of like lands in it, you want to trigger an email to your sales manager. And, it's very difficult to do it manually, but with workflows, you can actually automate it by, giving certain conditions in it. And you can do it across different things. If you want to kind of like inform your manager about your call logs, and if the manager actually wants to actually see what are the different call logs, so you can just set up workflows without having to do it manually on a day-to-day basis. Even deal related information, if a deal closes and you want to kind of like update it to a specific audience, or if you want to kind of update it in a specific report, you can do all of those things with the workflow automation tool that we have today. And the second thing is you can also define territories, and like you can make sure that the leads get assigned to the specific salesperson in the territory, rather than you assigning it manually on a day-to-day basis. So that's going to be really difficult. So most of the difficult things, or the most of the time-consuming things, are automated for a salesperson with Freshsales Suite. That is going to help you improve your efficiency, productivity, and it's going to go through the roof. That much I can tell you. And finally, initiating marketing campaigns. So this is very important, because a lot of times when you're like sending out marketing campaigns, what happens is like you don't have a tool that is intuitive enough, or you don't have a tool that helps you like just drag and drop boxes and helps you understand what is the whole marketing journey that you're creating. But with Freshsales Suite, you can actually do that. So you can see the screen, right? Like how you can actually put action buttons in it. It's very, very easy. It's like, it's beautifully designed. You can just drag and drop boxes, and you can segment customers based on any conditions like demography, or like, for example, if you are into real estate and the customer actually likes properties by the beach, there is a prospect that likes properties only in like rural areas or like in urban areas. You can segment customers based on any condition that you want, and trigger campaigns based on that condition, and trigger campaigns that, based on like, for example, I just spoke about the real estate. So you can do that, and there are multiple action buttons that is also available for you. You can delay the kind of email that you're sending, and every time you feel that there is an action that is being taken by the customer to your marketing campaigns, you can make them exit the journey. So it's all very easy, and it's all very, like it's all loaded with a lot of good features, and it makes sure that you have the best experience in sending out marketing campaigns. And the other important thing is our marketing campaigns are multi-channel. So not a lot of products actually have that. Most of the products land your conversations with the customer on SMS and emails. But for us, we can actually do SMS, emails, chat, and also WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is it's a very big integration for us, and it helps you land marketing campaigns, and they can respond on WhatsApp as well. A lot of products actually have only one-way communication with WhatsApp. They don't have two-way communications in WhatsApp. We actually help you achieve that in our product. And we have a very good analytics tool, and which helps you generate reports and dashboards. So every month you want to see what are the deals that are closed. Every month you want to see which campaigns performed the best, which salesperson did achieved the most. Everything can be customized, and you can generate custom reports, and sales dashboards and marketing dashboards are the templates are available inside the product. Pre-designed templates are available inside the product. You can just like click on it and start using it. So in that way, we give the basic reports, like the reports that you need on a day-to-day basis, which are there inside the product. But if you want to generate any custom reports, you can also do that with respect inside the product. So our Freddy, which helps you, with the AI insights, and also our analytics dashboard, which helps you generate those custom reports, are very, very powerful in this. And you can also predict revenue with sales forecasting, something that I spoke to you about, and Freddy AI actually helps with that. So once you there are two things, like you might committing a deal, basically saying that you're definitely going to close the deal, or like you might say that best case scenario, it might close or might not close. So in both those cases, when you do that, Freddy AI actually helps you predict the revenue, and it helps your teams and managers understand that this is the revenue projected for this month from the scenarios that we have today. That's very, very helpful in terms of like driving efficiency and productivity on a day-to-day basis. So this is something which I want to stress about, is you can scale seamlessly with like what we have today, because the customer engagement platform Neo is in which like we've built our UCR, which is the unified customer record, that helps you tie data seamlessly and make sure there's only one copy of the customer record, not multiple copies, eradicates duplicates based on a lot of identifiers. That it's a very, very powerful tool that we have inside our product. And our Freddy AI, which is again a very, very powerful AI platform that we have built natively. Now, analytics module again is it's built on the customer engagement platform Neo. It's very powerful. On top of that, you have phone, SMS, chat, email, social media. So multiple ways in which you can actually reach out to customers. And our marketing automation is loaded with functions like email marketing, chat campaigns that I spoke to you about, automations like your, like marketing campaigns, journeys that you want to trigger for your customers. And then we have conversion rate optimization that helps you personalize website experience, personalize, shopping experience, and any customer experience as a whole. So that's what here actually gives you, and it tells you a funnel analysis where the leads are coming in, where they're dropping off. That helps you, make sure that you're developing your website better. And again, like Salesforce automation tools that I actually spoke to you about. So the other thing that I want to talk to you about is like Clara found it perfect for her because so and so reasons, and this is a self-explanatory slide. And Kevin, again, he loved Freshsales Suite because again, there are a lot of points that I spoke to you about. It's easy to use and multiple channels, and complete context on customers that I showed you. Pipeline management is very, very efficient. You can set weighted pipeline and determine deal success rate. So I'm talking about pipeline management a little bit because it's very important for you to understand the kind of functionalities that is available for you, visualizing deals across stages. And I've showed you when you have like a lot of deals inside, like Freddy AI actually tells you what is the probability of the deal closing and what is the next best action that you can take. So that's going to improve your efficiency in a very, very, in a large proportion. So all these are things that, are very, very important for you to improve your productivity or sales productivity, and also improve your customer experience. And bot campaigns, when you want to actually support your customers on the website, and you want, you don't have an agent and you want a bot to actually talk to your customers, you can actually trigger bot campaigns right from the product. And we have something called a unified bot builder that helps you do that. And pre-filled answers, everything can be available. And if they want to actually connect to a salesperson, you can actually flow that conversation to a salesperson. So you don't need to have anybody sit in front of the laptop and keep typing answers the customers are asking you on the website. You can actually do that automatically with the bot campaigns that we have inside the product. So we have the CPQ functionality, which is also called the products module, where you can list all the products and you can just add those products to the deal where you have set the price, so that nobody can tinker with the price. They can only add discounts to it. That way your revenue forecasting, or whatever it is, will be perfect. So you don't have to worry about that. And you can also kind of like integrate other CPQ modules like Deal Hub with Freshsales Suite. So we have a lot of marketplace apps that is available for you to integrate, and you can also do that. And finally, two things that I want to talk to you about is like personalizing customer experience. So this is what I spoke to you about, like, segmenting customers based on the behavior and how the customers are engaging on your website, and you can then personalize the experience. So this means that you're meaningfully engaging with customers across different channels, and that's going to help you build relationships, because if the customer is using WhatsApp the most, you can hit them through WhatsApp. If they are responding to our emails the most, you can hit them through emails. So that means you're having the conversations flowing with them, and you're definitely getting the best out of your customer and giving them the best experience. And the CRO module that I spoke to you about helps you personalize the website experience. So you can definitely understand how your visitors are behaving on your site, and you can get insights on page visits. What is the time spent on each and every page? What is the abandonment rate? So what you can do after that is you can tailor specific offerings for specific visitors and create personalized messages based on their behavior on your website. So we have an A/B testing for our website also, where you can test your website, which format is actually working better for you and which is giving you more conversion. You can actually do that with the product that we have today. So yeah, so one thing that I want to talk to you about is when you look at the commonality between Clara and Kevin, we spoke about productivity, and I showed you like multiple features that help you achieve that. And I showed you customer experience where multiple features again help you achieve that. And that happens because we're able to kind of break the internal silos between sales and marketing. That's where the data flows seamlessly, and it helps you understand your prospect or customer completely and trigger functions based on what you want and what is the context that you have. So we have multi-channel lead generation, we have multi-channel, we have multi-channel campaign management, and we have like 360-degree view of customers in one page. So all these are things that wanted Kevin to actually buy Freshsales Suite. So some of the customer success stories is like there's a manufacturing company called Evans, and they've like I said, like Clara, like they moved from Excel sheet to actually our CRM, and the implementation time was really quick and the support was really, really excellent, and you can see the results. So they had a 23% increase in revenue to 25% increase in sales activities because we were able to give them custom sales activities, and salespeople are actually able to define their own activities and also the predefined activities and engage with their prospects. So they saw a 225% increase in activities. So that is definitely telling you a lot about how efficient our system is for salespeople with respect to revenue and also activities. And like one thing that I want to stress on is like we are very customer centric product. Like we don't build products for us, we build products for customers. We keep everything about the customer in our mind when we're building products and features. So our free 24/5 support is there, and we have a dedicated squad to support you, and we'll make sure that every step of your way in the product we help you understand what each and every feature is. And we have a very, very good support portal that you can access and understand. And if you have doubts, you can reach out to our product team and our customer success team, and they help you with any query on the product. So, and the pricing is available on the website. You can go through it, and we have like 4 different plans. So one is a free plan. You can try it out and you can experience it. We have a 21-day free trial. You can check out the product and you can see what you like about it, how it works for your business. And then, if you feel that it's working really good for your business, you can adopt any of these plans, and you can go to our website and read about the plans and the features in depth. So that's it from me. And I know that I've given you a lot of information about the features, about like what we are doing as a product today. And as a growing startup, I feel that Freshsales Suite is very, very helpful because the moment that you get into Freshsales Suite, you get complete visibility into customer, you get complete functionalities for both your sales and marketing teams. And that is definitely going to help you drive your productivity and customer experience. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for the time that you've given me, and I would love to answer any question that you have today.
Hold on. Hey, how are you doing? I have a camera that keeps disconnecting. Thank you very much, Abhinav. Really interesting. So I actually have a lot of questions on my own. Obviously, people have their own questions. I want to start with maybe SMS. How effective is it? I mean, I heard, email was extremely effective in the 90s, and that then people got too many emails, and it's kind of the same thing with SMS now. But apparently the open rates for SMS are still 20-30% or something like that. So
yeah, it's much higher than
yeah. So it might be good to close your presentation, by the way, so we can chat.
Okay, cool.
Cheers.
Yeah, I think you're right. Right now, like when you look at like open email rates, and you can also look at SMS rates. SMS rates are actually going higher. So if I read a report recently about like from one of the a leading e-commerce marketing solution provider, where like they're getting into targeted SMS campaigns, right? Like, so that is something that we are also doing, because the moment your segmentation works perfectly and you understand your, like how people are responding to you, you can choose the best channel in which you're engaging with them. And I think SMS as a channel today, the open rates are much higher because, again, like the accessibility of actually seeing like what's coming into you, like the bite-sized communication that you can actually give to customers in it. So SMS and WhatsApp are going to rule in terms of your engagement with your customers. And especially right now, WhatsApp, with respect to the e-commerce space and all of that, WhatsApp is kind of like ruling the roost more than, emails and SMS. So I feel that as any, if you're a marketing automation service provider and you're giving a marketing automation solution, two important channels that you definitely should have is SMS and WhatsApp. Emails, yes, everybody has emails and you trigger campaigns in emails, but SMS and WhatsApp is something that you definitely must have, because reports and everything suggests that, SMS rates are much higher today than what it is before because of accessibility mainly.
Yeah, I remember before COVID, I was selling basically university degrees, real university degrees to people, doctors in the Middle East. They were online degrees. And in the Middle East back then, yeah, you use WhatsApp for business, but in Europe it was, no, don't do that. But I think that's kind of changed because of COVID. Maybe people are using WhatsApp for business more.
Correct. So like some of the questions that you asked, like how important is segmentation? I think it is a very underrated functionality for, like even for marketers, because I'm a marketer, and when I actually go and look at what is the kind of communication I want to give to a specific set of people. See, it's one thing that I want to tell you is like segmentation, once you set the rules, and it's very dynamic, right? Like a contact that enters into your system today might be a new contact today, but tomorrow it becomes an old contact. So it moves out of the segment into another segment. So it doesn't matter how many contacts that you actually have in your system. So the moment that you define your segmentation condition, so it is just like a 2-step or 3-step process to define that condition. So the moment that you kind of define that, you get like, like one segment which has like so many people, and you don't have to have like, like 20 different versions or like 20 different like, let's say you want to send one newsletter. With the marketing journey builder that you have, you can choose whatever segments that you want to actually send out that newsletter to. And the email campaigns that we have, you can send out those email campaigns by choosing multiple segments also. You might say that, like and you can time zone it. Let's say that you are from, like USA, and I want to time zone that email campaign at the specific time in which I know that the readability rates are higher. So you can kind of like play with the time zones, but you don't have to worry about like when, like if I want the same newsletter to be delivered to different regions, different people, yes, you can obviously do that. And it's very, very easy. So the number of contacts and the number of variations is something that you don't have to worry about, because the system gives you a lot of customizations that helps you deliver the material to your, like to the audience that you want at the right time, and make sure that, it increases the open rates and the click rates.
Yeah, so this is actually really good timing for me, because I kind of started my first ever newsletter today.
Yeah.
I have, I don't know, maybe 40,000 contacts. I just messaged 10,000 people, and I made a decision. So let's say you have 100,000 emails. You can send the same email to 100,000 people in 1 hour, or you have 20 different nationalities, and let's say they have 5,000 each. Is it better to do a specific message for 5,000 Swiss people, 5,000 Swedish people, and spend the whole day at that, than to do one broad message?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's about like what you want to communicate, right? Like if your newsletter is talking about the same thing and you want to deliver the same message, right? At the core, if the messaging is same for you, all you need to do is you just need to segment them by the demography that where they are in, right? So that makes the job much easier, because once you do the segmentation based on the demography, the second step is you've created the newsletter. So the messaging is going to be the same. What you want to communicate is going to be the same, right? And the third thing you need to do right there is you just need to make sure that it's hitting them in the time zone that they are in, and they are opening that email. So it shouldn't be hitting them at like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. in the night, where most people are not going to read that. So the moment your messaging is the same, segmentation works very, very easily. But yeah, there are instances where you're saying that, I want to communicate a specific set of things to my Swedish audience. I want to communicate a specific set of things to my like people in Finland or like wherever it is. So that then, like obviously you have to create multiple segments and multiple newsletters, and you have to do that. But again, creating a newsletter in the product is very, very easy because you have templates. So you don't have to create a new template. So you have existing templates in which you can pre-fill information. Pre-filled information is available. Or if you want a blank template, you can choose the blank template. You can just make a copy of it and just edit it for the different segments that you want and send it off. So creating a newsletter and creating the segments will not take much time with the tool that we have in today, because there is a lot of functionality that is going to reduce the amount of manual work that you're putting in today.
Yeah, and actually, that's the thing. It doesn't take much time. So I spent, well, my colleague spent a day or two writing the newsletter. And then we said, okay, instead of sending one, we'll do one to Swiss people where we'll feature the Swiss Startup Conference. And I'm sure some people here are from Switzerland and they got that email. And same thing, we messaged people from Ireland and we focused on the Irish Startup Conference. And I think, wow, I'm from Ireland. I'm a startup. Here's the Irish Startup Conference. People opened it. I might be going off topic here, but true story. My first business was about English courses in Ireland. Okay. And I posted all over Facebook how to study in Ireland, the complete guide. And I got maybe 1 like, 2 likes, 0 likes in all the groups. And then I did the most stupid thing. I changed 1 word or 2 words, Chileans in Ireland, the complete guide to work and study. And I put a Chilean and Irish flag in the picture. And I got like 300, 400, 500 likes. And then I posted it in more Chilean groups on Facebook. And every time it was 100. And then I took the article and I just changed a Chilean flag to a Mexican flag. And I changed Chileans to Mexicans. And it's just crazy how that tiny bit of personalization, it's that bit extra of work, but you can get the results.
That's true. So that's where personally, that's where the product like us definitely helps, because you can personalize the experience that you're giving to the customer. Like I said, that you can personalize however the experience that you're giving. Like for example, even the newsletter, you can personalize how you're sending the newsletter and make sure that it's hitting the right audience. Might take some amount of work if you have like so many contacts and so many different regions, because it's going to take a little bit more time. But the amount of customization, the amount of personalization, what it does at the end of the day is it makes sure that it reaches the right audience and at the right time, which I feel is very important, and across channels, right? Like it can reach them through email, it can reach them through SMS, it can reach them through WhatsApp, or it can, if you want to do, you're also bringing in social posting, like probably in a week or 2. So that will also be available. So you can kind of like do that. So that way, like you said, that it's very, very important to have those segments defined. It's very, very important that the message goes at the right time to the right people.
And how many startups aren't using a CRM? So just to give context, I used to send the same email one by one. So I would open 100 things on Gmail and then copy like 100 times, and then the title I'd copy and paste, and then each email I'd write the person's name, and it took so long. And now I can do that in a second with a CRM.
Correct.
How many startups don't have a CRM?
Yeah, I mean, like it's like a lot of B2B startups today, like they've understood, like I showed you, the stats were like something that I went and researched, and I did a lot of research on understanding. I went and read a lot of Salesforce reports. I went and read a lot of startup reports. Everybody, I met a lot of people who have never used a CRM. And the first thing they told me was like, I feel it's very complicated, the whole process. So I'm managing it on my own. But the moment I showed them, like, hey, there is nothing. It's like using your phone. You have multiple functions, and you just start using it, and you see how easy it is to run your day-to-day business with your phone, right? You just you can easily call people and understand what they're doing. It's as simple as that, extended to a lot more information and a lot more data that you have to run your startup. So today, I find that the increase in like startups is like for example, what it was before 2020 to right now, it's about like 60-70% more in terms of adopting to a CRM. Like I told you, like 24% increase from 2020. It's an incredible number, because people have now understood the importance of a CRM. See, a CRM is it's nothing. It's like a helping hand for you in terms of your day-to-day activities when you're selling a product or when you're actually marketing a product. So it makes your job very, very easy, because everything is automated and it has a sales assistant inside, in like how I spoke to you about Freddy. It's a sales assistant at the end of the day. It gives you whatever information that you want. And what you have to do is choose the next best action, what you want to do. So at the core, it's helping startups focus on the bigger things by automating a lot of manual tasks and giving them complete, like context on customers. So the churn is also reduced. And that means they're being more efficient when they are actually using a CRM. So, and you won't believe when I spoke to some people from real estate, like who believe that transactions over relationships, because CRM is a customer relationship management. So transactions is what they believe in. But when I actually showed them like, hey, yeah, transactions are important, but how you, like what to say, how you manifest the transactions into providing the best customer experience, because you want to like nurture them and make sure that they stay your customers. A CRM can do that basic functionality for you. So that way they were able to understand the importance of actually using a CRM, and a lot of startups are using it. And, like it's very affordable with the pricings that we have. It's very affordable. It's feature packed, and you can choose, like what features you want to use, and the help is always there for you. So it's like how we all got used to phones at one point of time, especially smartphones. That's what CRM is going to do for all the startups and B2B businesses in the next, 4-5 years. It's going to definitely improve, because people are seeing, better returns on investment and better productivity and efficiency with their processes that they have today. It defines your process at the end of the day. You can define your processes, which you can't do because you're focusing on multiple things as a startup.
Yeah, and also I think the more and more people who get a CRM, if you're messaging people one by one, and your competitors can do that in a second,
Yes.
then there's more pressure on you, I guess, to have a CRM. I suppose, what is the most underused feature? Would it be web chat, or people not picking up the phone? Like, what's your favorite, I suppose, underdog? What would be used more by companies?
So I think, see, the web chat is very, very important. So a lot of times what happens is when you actually go to some of those websites and chat with them, you don't get the responses you actually want. You get like some, very random responses. That's because, like what happens is sometimes they don't have a powerful chat bot, which actually gives you the, which smartly understands machine learning or whatever. It smartly understands and gives you the answer. So a lot of people don't use web chat like as much as, it is a very powerful platform. Like, and I feel that with web chat, you can actually move your prospects to the next stage in your sales life cycle. Because when you are giving the right information, the first time anybody's coming to your website, they're going to just go to the web. If they don't find what they want, they go to the web chat and ask like, hey, where do I find this? A lot of people, I have done this like multiple times, and I don't get the answers that I want. So phone is something, I mean, I feel that it's better used in web chat, but I feel today web chat is not well used because a lot of providers don't give you that powerful functionality that answers the questions that you want, rather than then giving the answers that they feel like giving. So that's why I feel it's important, and it's underused kind of a tool.
Yeah, and also I think even if you have the software, you have to think about how to use it best. I mean,
yes,
emails, people could they could have Freshworks and send the most terrible emails in the world. I love, my style is having, again, I love having first name. So first name, invitation to the Swedish conference. So some of you might have gotten that email today, and it seems more personalized. And yeah, I love including the name of the I'm sending to in the email.
Definitely.
I don't know. Do you have any tips on how to send a good email?
Yeah. So I think, like one thing that I've always like found out about is a good email is very short. Like people don't read emails too much these days. So like sometimes it's very short. Brevity is very important, I feel. And like you said, that it needs to be personalized. Like it can't be like, non-personalized in today's world that we are living. So it needs to be personalized, and it needs to convey the points, and rather not like, like beat around the bush and coming to the point. So it needs to be very, very clear and concise, and brevity is very important, and personalization. So if 4 things are there in that email, I'm sure that a lot of sales emails actually work really well. So I've done an exercise where I kept trying on different variations of emails, which I gave it to my salespeople, and I've seen an increase in like open rates and click rates. And one thing that I found was like, I just kept decreasing the size of that email and making my points more and more direct. And, like, first of all, I feel that when you're writing a sales email, first step when you're actually understanding what the person actually wants. You should not talk about yourself or like what your product does. You should rather understand the problems of the prospect or the customer before you send out the next email. So a lot of times, a lot of people just say that, hey, I'm from this company, I'm sending this because these are the solutions that we have. And most of the times it doesn't work because like you don't even know me, you don't even understand what problems I have, why are you pitching this? So I feel that understanding the problem and sending out your value prop is more important rather than sending out the value prop directly.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, look, I think we've done an hour so far.
Yes.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say in the next few minutes, or would you like to leave it there?
I don't want to say anything else because I feel I'm thankful for everyone who attended the session. Like everyone was there till the end of the session, so I'm really thankful for them. And I suggest all of you go and look at Fresh Sales Suite, at Fresh Marketer, Fresh Sales, the different CRM suite of products that we have that is going to help you kickstart your sales process and make sure that you achieve like high efficiency and productivity. And I also want to thank Adam, Soumitra, and also Sugandhan for like helping me put this together and making sure that it's a very interactive session. So from my end, thank you everyone for attending, and I hope to see you soon. And any questions that you have, I'm available on LinkedIn. You can drop in, and like any other questions, you can drop into Sugandhan or Soumitra, and I'll be more than happy to actually answer at any point of time. And thank you, Adam, so much because you've given a lot of insight onto what you're doing and how you're doing it, and that's definitely helped me shape this session better. So thanks to you too.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thanks to everyone who came. Okay, if any of you are in Amsterdam, I'll see you tomorrow. And I know Freshworks will be across Europe in October as well. So all the best, guys. Okay, have a nice evening, morning, afternoon ahead, wherever you are. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.